Oh man, you mean people are missing out on this hot commentary?
The hot commentary on us crying that time is fake. Uh-oh, can you say
Yeah.
something?
Yeah, hello.
Your Nessa's not bouncing. I'ma try
Yeah.
and disconnected
Should I,
re-add the bot.
I mean, I can also disconnect and re-add me.
I think it's the bot, because that's how we fixed it yesterday.
Am I bouncing now?
Let me check. Try again?
Bouncy, bounce, bounce, bounce.
No.
Let
F.
me exit and come back.
Okay.
Hello.
Oh, nope, still nothing.
Still not bouncy.
Still no bouncy.
Aww.
Trying to add the bot again.
Hello, hello, hello.
No, I think we're just gonna have to live with it today.
F. Okay. Well, that's fine because I don't have in headphones, so it would just be bouncing constantly. Because it picks up the small amount of feedback that I get from when anybody else talks too.
Yeah. Hi,
So-
Jason. I have to recalibrate my tracking. There it goes.
Life is so hard.
Yeah. Computers.
Also, hello, person. I'm
Hello.
not looking at chat or anything, so I don't know who you are, but I
We
hope
will.
you have a...
We'll try our best. We're doing our best.
It's all you can do. It's just your best.
Is Flux on? I gotta make sure Flux isn't on, so I
Yeah.
So
Is
that
it
my
color
colors
time?
aren't. Yeah, it's color time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it was at least starting to be on, so it was just slightly off. Had to make sure that was fixed.
So, Abby, speaking of time being fake, happy December 1st.
Yeah, what the hell? We're
Do you
almost.
have any...
What?
Go you first.
Oh, I was
You
just saying
first.
we're finally free of the hell that is 2020.
Almost. Just
Yeah.
1 month left. Huh. And then we can be part of the hell that's 2021.
Yeah. But at
Woo-hoo.
least, like, vaccines are finally being approved and all that, so hopefully it'll
Yeah.
be less hell. Also, like, our president will be less garbage.
A little bit less.
Yeah, a little bit less.
A little bit.
Hello, Milk.
Also, can I congratulate everybody on making it through No Nut November?
Oh my god.
Oh man, it feels like only yesterday. I actually wanted to say, because it's December 1st, do you have any sort of fun advent calendar stuff that you usually do during December?
No, I don't think I've ever done an advent calendar.
Oh, really?
Mm-mm. Like, I
Not
know
even,
what
like-
they are, and I've seen, like, small ones, like, at friends' house and stuff,
Yeah.
but I've never actually, like, had one, I don't think.
Oh man. Oh man, I wish I'd known.
Hello?
I could have gotten you one. Oh, hi, Yui.
Hello.
Hello.
Unfortunately, the bot's not doing the bouncy bouncies, but it's at least showing you guys in the corner. Oh, I should add you to the... Let's see. Because I have my little audio info in the top right. If I can find it. There it is.
I saw chats were happening and I decided I think I would like company also.
Yeah.
Just got out of a work meeting in which I talked to the other programmer working on this project with me, and I was like, so I'm doing this, this, and this, and he's like, oh hey, they didn't tell me to do the back end for that, so we had to pull in the project manager and be like, hi, hello. And the answer is, we don't know. So that's fun.
Cool.
Great.
Cool. Great.
Yeah.
This is fine.
Like, ideally, we are supposed to, like, get all of this done, but also there might be another, A-word deadline.
Ah.
Great.
Yeah.
Is the backend dev the one who's been worrying about that deadline?
I
Or the
I don't
other
know.
one who's going to start worrying about it?
don't know, it's Eddie, but... Like, you know what the deadline's about, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't know about that until, now.
You mean the one that was brought up in stand-up yesterday?
I must have tuned it out.
You always tune that guy out.
Yeah.
Was it who I think you're talking about?
Of course, you always tune him out.
He talks a lot.
He does, but he brings up important things every now and then, so it's important to listen.
We're good coworkers.
Just a little.
Abby, who is this character you're drawing?
It's an older version of Neptune from Hyperdimension Neptunia. It is a game series and an anime, and it's very cute. Very self-aware humor.
Alright.
Basically, the premise is, okay, I did say this is very self-aware humor, so buckle in. The premise is, okay, there's the land of game industry, and it's ruled by 4 goddesses. There's 4 lands, okay? There is Planet Neptune, Last Station, what was the other one? Or there's Louis and Leanbox, that was it. So basically, they're all personified game consoles. Because anime was a mistake.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. They're very cute, though.
Okay, but like, did they make a modern day version of it with the Xbox that's just a big old cube?
No.
I don't want to see that now.
The Xbox goddess has massive titties.
Anime was a mistake.
Hey, Abby. Never mind. I'm gonna go hunting for it instead.
I'm gonna wonder now.
No, it's fine.
I'm
No,
gonna
don't worry about
wonder. What
Don't
is
worry about
it?
it.
What
No.
is it?
No.
What
I want to
is
go
it?
answer my own question.
But then you have to tell me what the question is.
Oh, Jupe, yesterday I asked Abby for help finding a figure that I wanted.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't find it. It finally happened.
So my brother asked me, what do you want for your birthday? Or do you just want, like, a bunch of Pikachus? Which, I mean, honestly, that's not bad, but... I was like, oh, okay, what's something that I've been coveting for a long time but have not, like, obtained for myself? And I've been thinking for a while about getting one of those Bodycoon dolls. Like, the superposable Figmas for reference. Those are, like, apparently impossible to find.
Yeah, they're stupid popular.
So you can find a million knockoffs.
Yeah.
Why didn't they just make more?
I mean, they are just in black, apparently, which is harder to... Yeah.
It's gonna be harder to, like, see details and shading, so...
And, like, the problem with the knockoffs is, like, they're not even good knockoffs.
Yeah, like, the joints won't work or whatever.
Yeah, they won't, like, the joints won't connect properly. Good luck trying to stand it on its base. Like, I had to pose one for somebody, because I guess somebody's mom got one because they do art, and they don't know shit about figures, so of course they got a knockoff. And they asked me to set it up, and I had to fight with this damn thing.
Aww.
Hello, Jeloni. Yeah, it's a bit of an impromptu, unscheduled stream today. I just really wanted to work on this Neps some more. And thank you, Rico.
She's looking very cute so far.
Thank you. I'm so sad that I couldn't find the figure for you. I wanted to be helpful.
Thank you for your help. I know now that because you could not find it, that it just cannot be found.
Yeah.
For a reasonable price.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure I could find a real one for like 150 or something.
Right. Yeah, I think there was that one on that one site, but it wasn't even the DX version.
Yeah.
And the DX version has more hands and props and all that, so
Yeah,
it's definitely the way to
I
go.
want the DX.
Yeah. I was even searching like my usual secondhand sites, and I was just coming up with nothing. It was so sad.
Aww. Yeah, like, I could get the black ones, but I feel like it's gonna be really hard to see, like, the details and also the shading, because black is just gonna absorb all that light.
Yeah. I can help you try and find the Figma archetypes.
Those are, do they also come with, props and stuff?
I don't think so. They come with, like, extra hands and stuff, but not so much props. But on the off chance you wanted, like, a backup or something, I don't know.
That's fair. Yeah. I think I want to look into that.
Okie doke. Remind me later.
Thank you. Have you ever tried to make your own donuts?
What?
Have you ever tried to make your own donuts?
Not yet. I think I have a recipe saved. Like, I want to do it. But I'm also afraid of the fryer.
What about oven baked?
I could probably try those.
I have a really good recipe for mochi donuts if you want to try that sometime.
Ooh, sure.
Abby,
Yes.
the feet are backwards.
Are they?
No, it was a joke!
Don't do that to me! Don't do that to me! Don't do that! I froze. I felt my heart just freaking stop. How dare you? Don't do that to me!
It's joke!
Oh my god, I legit felt my heart stop.
You, that was cruel.
you've ever done to me.
All things considered, I'm not that bad of a friend then.
Yeah.
But like, I'm imagining like the only way you could draw these backwards is if like the heel and the toes were flipped.
Yeah.
And the toes were like facing up.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you would have noticed if you did that.
I probably would, but you know, these things happen apparently, so. Oh my goodness. That was so mean!
But you laughed!
Yeah.
Oh no.
Hmm.
Oh.
I was like, what are you going to terrify me with now?
Yes? No, I'm not in a meeting. I'm chatting with Abby and Jupe. What's up? Yeah, sure. It's right there. Yeah. The oh no was something from a coworker, but I have an easy answer for him that doesn't require getting on a call.
Oh, okay. I was like, if you're about to tell me, like, something else is wrong.
No!
Have fun, Jeloni. No game, no life is good shit. Maybe not for everybody, though. It's got that, anime was a mistake stuff in it. It's very self-aware, at least, but, definitely could do without it.
Oh, anime.
Yeah.
Why do you need me to push a commit to remove this file from the graveyard if you can do... Okay, fine, whatever. Do it.
This is fine.
Nani?
Someone in a Discord server I'm in is showing off a picture of their cat,
Oh.
and the cat is on a docky, and that is a big cat. Like, compared to the size of a docky, that is a big cat.
Yeah. It's so funny how much cats like dockies. Like, Honeycat will sometimes just exclusively lay on them.
Oh,
That's-
what a big cat!
See?
Oh, you sent a picture?
Yes, I sent it in Discord. Probably should not share it with the stream, but just
Okay.
take our word for it. It is a big cat.
Oh my god. What an absolute unit! Holy
Yeah.
crap! What an absolute unit!
Yeah!
What a large friend. I love him. Or her. I think you said him, but maybe
Yes.
not. You did? Okay.
What a large boy. So my plan currently remains to not own any dockies, but I should own a very large bee sometime in the next month or so. I wonder how the cats will like the bee.
Only one way to find out, I guess.
By getting a bee!
Okay, Yuli, I know you don't want to own a docky, but what about the Sanic docky that I want to make? Where it's just a crayon drawing of Sanic,
Go on.
and one side he has the Yarnica face.
Oh my god! That is unbelievably cursed, but go on.
I mean, that's it. That's the that's the whole pitch. I wish I could have gotten it done in time for the group order, but alas, I'm already kind of behind on like Patreon stuff as it is, so I'm trying to play catch up.
Fair and valid. The PM answered my question with another completely unrelated question. Thank you.
Great. Thanks, I hate it. I just realized it's December. We need to watch the Neo Yokio Christmas special again.
Yes.
Oh my god. Do we want to just, like, do all of Neo Yokio for our anime club this month?
Yes.
No, we don't have time.
Oh.
That's true.
But the Christmas special is especially unhinged and can be watched on its own.
You're so right.
Yeah.
I wonder how many people will actually join us for this.
The cool kids would.
I kind of want to make Kyle watch Neo Yokio. He is my friend who is constantly shitting on me for liking anime, like, jokingly, but also.
He
But also-
absolutely should watch Neo Yokio.
Okay, so, like, his little brother has gone back to school, so we haven't seen him in a while, obviously, but currently, because of Thanksgiving, there's a brief period which we have been able to see Kyle, and today is the last day of that. I think we were gonna, like, watch Shrek or something, but I might suggest, what if we watch Neo Yokio instead? I might get absolutely shot down, but
It's worth a shot.
it's worth a shot. What's a good way to try and sell it?
Who's the dude that made the anime? What's his name? Frick. The main dude that made it.
Jaden Smith?
Yeah.
Wait, no, isn't that just the main actor?
Oh, I
Did
thought
even
he
write
like.
the whole thing.
I don't know. I thought he at least had a hand in it.
He did definitely have a hand in it.
Okay, good. Yeah, just Jaden Smith the anime. just do it.
Shot. Incredible.
Oh yeah, Jupe, what was the question?
What question?
The thing you wanted to ask me and then were like, no, I'll find out on my own.
She was looking up a Kirby figure.
Why didn't you ask me for this?
Because you're drawing!
Yeah, fair.
I've been especially blessed today. Abby already sent me an incredibly... I don't know how to describe it. An incredible thing this morning. Yuli, did you see today's Yeti shirts?
The Luigi one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to make sure you saw it.
Yeah, we do this to each other.
I really like the way Luigi looks in that shirt,
Mhm.
and I hate the way the text looks.
Mm.
My graphic design snobbery came out and punched me in the face when I saw the head lettering.
I'm gonna take another look at it. I don't remember the text. I just remember the Luigi.
The Luigi was very
Oh.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could paint over it.
I mean, yeah, but no. Anyway, it looks good. They tried, clearly. The B in bruh is great. It's just all of the other letters.
Mhm.
They
Yeah.
could be much better.
Yeah. The
What is
Watson.
this?
Did Business eat her advent calendar treats?
Let me go find out. She's the least food motivated cat I've ever met in my fucking life. So, she wouldn't eat them when they were on the ground, but I put them in her food dish, so then they could find out if they're still in the food dish or not. But first I have to pet her a lot. She's standing on my leggy. Busy.
That is
Okay.
legally required by law.
Yep.
Nope, they're all still here.
Hmm.
She ate around them?
Well, maybe, yeah. If she doesn't eat them by, the end of the day, I'll just give them to the dog.
You will eat them.
He will definitely eat them.
You could see if our coworker with a kitten wants them.
Not the ones that have already been in her bowl.
Well, not those, but like the rest of them.
Yeah, we try to give honeycat treats sometimes, especially ones that the vet recommended because they're good for boosting their immune system, and she will not eat them. I think she just has a thing where she just won't eat things that she doesn't think are specifically for her. Like, she eats her food because she knows that is her food. And if I just put them in the bowl with her rest of her food, she will eat them. But she won't eat them, she'll just sniff them otherwise. Steve tried to, put them in her bowl and nothing else, and she just looked at him and was so sad. Father, is this all you're giving me to eat tonight? She let out the saddest meow.
Trail!
Alright, is he busy?
Meanwhile, Genova's a freaking gremlin and will just eat anything and everything she knows she's not supposed to.
Donuts.
Yeah.
Hi, busy. She came to say hello to me. I have to pet her. It's the
Oh.
law. Oh, she's purr.
Oh, what a good kitty.
Sometimes, if I just, like, look at this cat the right way and say her name, she starts purring.
Oh, baby.
Does she make the cat activated noise?
She does. I've gotten a video of it before.
Good.
Remember when we were all trying to get videos of our cat activation noises and put them in the, like, the pets channel in one of our servers? Yeah. I got one of business.
Excellent.
Hello, BK. Welcome back.
Hello, human. Or so I assume. I don't know why, but my brain decided to fill that in with, well, if they're not a human, what are they? Ah, a furry.
I mean... Steve's D&D group is now trying to get him to join their furry game because his OC's a cat boy. Why wouldn't he like a furry game?
Huh?
Like, no judgment. It's just there is not really a like just if you like cat girls and cat boys, you're not necessarily a furry. They're pretty different in intent, I think.
Tell
Well,
me, Kyle.
Maybe not intent, but like, you know what I mean. Different tastes.
My guys, I just went and looked at an email that I received, and I saw this and felt personally attacked, and then I realized what it was trying to actually say.
Let's say.
Have you moved in the past 12 months?
Like, no, I have not left my couch in the past 12 months. And then I realized what they meant was had I changed residences.
Listen.
Yeah. Cries. For Steve and I, that would just be war flashbacks.
Mm.
The USPS telling us we can extend our, mail forwarding.
Mm.
But still, I thought it was funny.
Yeah, it is.
Yep. BK asks, is Anthro still a furry? I feel like there's very different, like... Okay, so technically something like Mickey Mouse or Sonic is a furry. Or not furry, Anthro. But I don't think that puts them directly in the same category as a furry.
So how would you define a furry?
Let's see. I mean, Sonic and Mickey would be more like cartoon-based. Where furries tend to be pretty, like... more human-like, I think.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
Hmm.
Oh, God.
Well...
Why would you show me this? They sent this horrific image of a big muscular Mickey Mouse with very overly defined muscles, and I'm frankly going to have so many nightmares tonight.
What did you Google to find this?
Buff Mickey Mouse.
I hate this.
Well, you know what you have to Google next.
No.
Buff Sonic.
No, do not. No.
Oh!
No.
Oh.
We're absolutely not going there. No.
Oh, hell yeah!
No. Oh, no. Oh, no. I want no part of this.
Too bad.
No! Oh, God. And sure enough, they sent it to me. I'm not putting either of these on stream because I don't want to make fun of anybody's art, even though these are clearly comical, like, meant to be comical, but still.
You know, this Sonic
The
is off
second one
model.
could be entirely genuine.
No, see, this Sonic is off model because he's wearing something on his lower half.
Oh, that's not allowed.
He's gotta take it off.
There's technically...
keep it on!
No! That technically isn't pants. The rule is specifically no pants.
Wait, hang on. So are you telling me that legally there could be a game at some point in which Sonic is just running around in a diaper?
Oh no!
We're not going there. We are absolutely not going there. We are not catering to that crowd here, Yuli. Oh my god.
Usually Yuli's the one in charge of Googling and discovering cursed images, but today I decided to take that challenge myself.
You don't do it often, but when you do, it is memorable. Like that time you Googled sex dog at work.
I'm sorry, what?
Immediately.
What?
So, Yuli, let's spoil the punchline of this before I get to tell the actual joke. But what happened was, my housemate has a corgi, right?
Yes.
And corgi people are very into everything involving corgis, right?
Yeah.
So, there was a event happening where there was like a fancy dog show with corgis and stuff in it. And my housemate sent me like the names of some of these incredible dogs and on some website, and I was looking at all of these dogs and I was like, this one says sex dog. What does that mean?
Oh no.
Like, why is this dog sex dog? What does that mean? So I Googled unthinkingly at work,
Oh no.
sex dog, and then the tab was open for like 0.5 seconds before I realized with horror what I had done. So I closed it real fast, and I'm just glad that I hadn't picked the other kind, because okay, what sex dog means is so it's basically like sex male, like gender male.
Yeah.
Like a female dog is called a bitch, and a male dog is called a dog. So I'm just really glad I didn't end up Googling sex bitch at work, because that would have been worse.
Oh no.
Anyway, my understanding of like furry versus anthro is that the furry fandom is not fandom, but just like the furry world in general, I feel like is generally, but not always, like not always more sexual than anthro stuff in general. Like it's more of a thing than just I'm going to draw this creature walking on two legs.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like when I think of furry art, I think of things that are just like extremely buff. Which is how this happens.
Your high school classmate.
Yeah, my high school furry friend. He still follows me on Twitter, and I still, for some reason, follow him on Twitter, but I think I muted him.
Like, I don't want to super put all furries in like the sexual hole, because I know that's not all of them. And I don't want to assume it's the majority. I think it's more that, like, how do I put this? Like, people want to see more of themselves in the characters, which is why it's so, like, heavily OC, like, predominant. Like, there isn't really as much, like, quote-unquote, there isn't really canon content. Like, there's certainly characters that they all, like, enjoy, which is why there is some cross-fandom overlap. But, like, it's more about making your own Sona and, like, being part of the community than, like, just being into a series. What?
Yeah, so, I mean, like, yes, I could decide to, I'm trying to figure out how to say the thing I'm trying to say.
Yes, like Robin Hood, Jason.
Like, yeah. So I'm thinking like Pokemon Gajinkas and things like that, where people take some sort of existing fandom and they can, like, anthropomorphize some pieces of it. Like, that's different than, like, the furry community.
Yeah.
And, like, don't
Also,
know.
disclaimer, I don't think any of us are furries, so, like, we're not
Yeah.
exactly an authority on this. This is kind of
No,
just a
absolutely
half
not.
discussion, half joking, like, what does this
Yeah.
entail?
Yeah. I mean, so I know it's not. I mean, clearly, it's not always like a weird sex thing. Because
It's not always the weird sex lizard.
it's not always a weird sex thing. Although sometimes it is.
Nigel needs to tell that
Because,
story
like-
this week.
Oh my god, yes.
Anyway, you were saying.
And then I got derailed. But
Sorry.
Sorry.
fine. No, I did set that up. I just forgot that I could say that here. I mean, it's got to be just the same overall in the end as people who like have their beautiful elf persona or like whatever their D&D characters. It's like you put a piece of yourself into something clearly fictional
Mm-hmm.
so that like you can explore different parts of your personality and who you are.
Yeah.
And if that part of your personality would like to be a cat, that's fine.
You're gonna call me out like that, huh?
No, I'm calling myself out. I'm the one with the D&D characters at Tabaxi.
No, you mentioned elves.
Oh, well, no, I was actually thinking of a that post about the person who was LARPing as her elf Sona,
Christ.
and then her boyfriend called her out on it and LARPed as a Naruto character to the point.
Yeah, that was wild.
That was wild.
Oh no. I never saw this, and I'm not sure I want to.
Oh, it was very funny. Let me go. I'm just gonna go find it and read it.
Yes.
It was
Of
like
course.
it was
Of
like a
course
Reddit
you are.
post.
Yeah.
It was very funny.
This is what you get when you invite us.
Yeah, we're always prone to curse content with y'all around.
Sorry, but not sorry. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go find it. It was freaking wild. That was just like a couple days ago in the D&D chat, right?
I think so.
Steve is in chat and just goes, I opened the stream and quote unquote LARPed as a Naruto character was something I was not ready for.
Listen, Steve could have found a worse place to join. Like 5 minutes ago, when I brought up that thing that he never wants to hear about ever again.
Yuli, can you help me find this?
I mean, Nigel's probably gonna tell that story this week, so.
I'm pretty sure it was in the D&D chat.
Right?
Sometime this weekend, I made Kyle and Emma pause Lord of the Rings so we could all read it.
Oh no.
I know I responded to it. I'm starting from a couple days ago and I'm scrolling down. Oh no, I found it!
Great.
Okay. Oh, this is bad. It's hard to read. Whatever. I'm just gonna open all these new images as new tabs and then go through them one by one.
I'm scared.
Okay. This is posted in our relationship advice. I, 28 male, cosplayed and LARPed as Naruto to prove a point. Now my girlfriend, 25 female, is pissed. Can this be saved? My girlfriend, 25 female, and I, 28 male, have been together for 5 years now. She has always been highly into Dungeons and Dragons, Lord of the Rings, and high fantasy content in general. I am into it somewhat and enjoy indulging her hobbies, but am mostly an anime fan. On the other hand, she has no interest in indulging in my hobbies. While I play D&D with her, partake in a yearly Lord of the Rings movie marathon with her, and go to the Renaissance Festival 3 times a year with her, she has no interest in even trying to watch anime with me, going to conventions, etc. She honestly thinks anime is pretty cringy and would rather just let me partake in it by myself. That's fine, whatever. Our relationship is good in most aspects. The issue that is starting around The issue is that starting around the beginning of the year, she has been going out in public dressed as her elf persona. She will wear elaborate medieval gowns, wear fake elf ears, and speak in a fake Irish accent. This will happen multiple times a week when we go shopping, visit friends.
Oh no.
She even showed up to dinner with my family dressed as an elf.
Oh
She
no.
will talk about nature spirits and the mother goddess, and basically randomly LARP as an elf. While I want to be supportive of her, it can frankly get pretty embarrassing. My tipping point was when I got on a Zoom call with family so we could spend some time with my cousin, who is undergoing chemo and can't see people face to face due to the pandemic. My girlfriend joined the Zoom call from her own room, fully dressed as an elf. She was doing the accent. My whole family was very confused but polite. At one point, my girlfriend said something like, "I will send my wishes to the lunar goddess and ask for her blessing of recovery to cast upon you. Her magic will help cleanse the illness from your body." It was honestly mortifying, and the call ended very soon after. I ended up taking her aside and spoke with her very politely and gently, saying something like this: "Hey, I want to support you, and I will always love you. I know dressing up as your character and fantasy stuff in general means a lot to you, but I would really like it if you could lighten up on the cosplaying and LARPing randomly in everyday life. I would be happy to put aside one day a month and we can go out together like this, but it can be a little embarrassing and, with the comment to my cousin, a little inappropriate at times." She blew a gasket and started snapping and yelling at me, going on about how I am trying to repress her, how I should never be embarrassed at my girlfriend expressing her true self, etc., etc. She said she was humiliated by what I said and that it was just adding salt to the wound when I suggested just doing it once a month. She didn't want to talk about it after that, so I just apologized for upsetting her and let her know it wasn't my intention to upset her. Well, she basically acted as nothing happened and continued to be an elf. Nothing had changed at all. I should mention I also suggested she bring her habit up with her therapist, but this offended her because I was implying she had a mental issue. I decided that enough was enough. I couldn't stop her from being an elf, but I could still retaliate. She was meeting up with 3 friends and wanted me to meet up with them. Yeah, pandemic. There are virtually no cases where we are and have no lockdown. I decided to dig up my old Naruto cosplay and then drove to meet them at the park. I was in full getup and waved over to my girlfriend. She looked at me like I just shot her dog. I put my arms behind my back and Naruto ran as fast as I could down to meet them and said, "A true ninja is always on time, believe it!" I made some hand signs randomly with my hands. Her friends seemed horribly confused and had no idea what to do. After we walked and talked a bit, my girlfriend took me aside more privately and started yelling at me, saying that I was humiliating her, that I was just being petty and trying to get revenge on her and bully her because she likes to cosplay. So, this is a Tumblr
Steve
post,
says
right?
this is art.
Yeah, so there had been some interjections between here. Like, from the beginning, the person's like, "What?" And then this is already going wild places. To someone on chemo, though? And then, "What must their home life be like? Like, if these are their power games, what goes on behind closed doors? What the fuck?" And then there's someone edited a screenshot of a TV show. It says, "Damn, bitch, y'all live like this?" And on the left is Goofy dressed up in something or other, and on the right is like a sexy elf lady and Naruto cosplay. And then underneath this, I'm just gonna send you this image.
No.
Yes.
Oh
Here you go. Here's the thing I was trying to describe. So then,
no. Steve says this
there's
is
a
basically
reply.
Kingdom Hearts IRL. I'm gonna put this on the stream because it's beautiful.
So then there's a reply to the thread. You guys okay there?
No.
Y'all good?
No.
So then there's the reply to the thread from a different person saying, "I want to say this is fake, but I know people that would do this. First, fighting petty with petty is only going to make things worse. Second, she clearly doesn't have any intention of compromise or any sense of respect for you. Finally, it's up to you if you want to date an elf, but I'd be Naruto running my way out of there. Believe it." Yeah. So then there's a Tumblr reply saying, "Naruto running my way out of there is my new catchphrase." And then there's one more piece to this story.
Oh boy.
This is from the original, from the OP, saying, "To be honest, I really just kind of want to start growling and acting feral in public and then saying, "Ah, the nine-tailed fox is taking over!" If she won't stop. So that was the Tumblr post.
Oh
that
my
was
God.
that was the person who likes to LARP as an elf.
Oh my God. Oh, I'm in tears.
I'm just gonna send you the whole Tumblr post so you can read it on your own if you want.
Great.
Review that later. Anyway, that's I don't have stories like Nigel, but I can find weird random garbage on the internet and regurgitate it.
That is decidedly not true. You could tell your bird story.
It's not like a Nigel story though.
No, a few things are, but I think it's a very good story anyway.
I mean, this is probably enough story time for one day, huh?
That's fair. But another time you should absolutely tell the bird story.
Still,
See,
I'm
all
just
of my
trying not
funny
to
stories are
trying to
just
stop
cringing
crying
at myself. Sorry, what'd you say, Abby?
I'm trying to stop crying.
Yeah.
Steve says, I appreciate that Nigel is a classification of story now.
Is he not?
I mean, it's very valid.
See, I think that the difference between a Nigel story and a regular story, like the type of story I can tell, is that Nigel stories are funny because there's somebody else being cringy. And, like, his extremely classy reactions to these things. Whereas my stories are funny because it is me being cringy, and then me 5 years later going, oh god, what have I done?
Yeah. But, like, that's some good content, though. Alright,
Oh, one of these days I need to tell the bookstore lesbian story, huh?
Anyway, we got there from furries.
yeah. Anyway, real quick though, I'm gonna send y'all a picture. Is it done? Do I need to alter it in any way? Am I done with this?
Give me one moment, I can look. Oh, that's very good.
Is this the thing that your roommate's not allowed to see?
It's one of the two things she's not allowed to see.
It's the anime opening and the anime ending.
That's exactly what I did, yes!
I think you briefly mentioned once that that's what you're going to do, so that's the only reason why I know.
That is precisely it, though.
Did you account for bleed space?
You know I didn't.
You might want to try to account for bleed space.
Fuck.
The top looks fine. I'm just worried about all the
It's
details you
post-
have
it's
on
a
the bottom.
postcard.
I mean, you still have to cut it.
Dang it. Yeah, okay. I'll figure it out.
Either you have to cut it or they have to cut it, and if they cut it, they're not going to be as precise as you are, so you need more bleed space.
Yeah, okay. Well, speaking of, I'm thinking we should just have it shipped to your place, because there are
That's what
things
I was
in it...
told.
Yeah, that I can't see, and things in it that Emma can't see, so either way, somebody loses when we open that box.
Oh, whoops, I gotta turn Flux back off again. so wild how quickly it goes from like dying of laughter to silence.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm actually amused by that.
I'm trying to contact my project manager because I messaged her 2 hours ago to say, here's where you can test this feature. And she commented on the feature card saying, where should I test this?
Oh my god.
Was it the one who came back from maternity leave?
No!
Oh, okay. Yeah, that one's usually really good at stuff.
Yeah. But, like, the comment was right there in that thread. I guess she skipped over it once you started responding to stuff.
Sorry, I just wanted to debunk the treasonous lies that my boss had told about my feature.
Oh boy.
BK in chat is very excited about the premise of a burb story. So, I'm just gonna let y'all know that.
It's not.
I think you
It's
should
not
tell the
actually
story.
about birds. It's just
Yes,
kind of.
it is!
Okay, it's not about real birds.
Does it matter?
Does it matter?
Does what matter?
Does it matter if it's not about real birds?
No? Question mark?
Do you want me to tell this story today or save it for a different day?
You can tell it today.
Well, okay. Twist my arm, why don't you? I'm trying to decide if I should just... Okay, so here's the deal. I wrote down a bunch of stories a few years ago as Tumblr posts.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to decide if I should just read the Tumblr post or if I should try to tell it from scratch. Because, like, I had... like, the feelings were more raw in the Tumblr post because it had just happened. And it might be funnier if I do that, but then again, it's also a little bit more scripty, and I could just link you the post instead.
No, you should read it.
You should read it.
Okay. Alright, so I want to just preface this by saying this was written, oh god, about 5 or 6 years ago, maybe 7. It's been a hot minute, so I've changed a little bit, and I might make some amendments while I read through it. So I'm not certain if it's 100% accurate anymore, is the dealio. But I will do my best. First of all, if you want, you can put this image in the chat, because this is the image that heads the whole...
Okay, I'll put it on screen briefly.
This is the image that heads the Tumblr post. Just so you're in the proper mood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody's got a good look at this.
Alright, so that's what I used to look like 6 years ago, back when I had glasses. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna read you the post. Okay, Tumblr, you like stories? Have I got a story for you? One of my graduation requirements for my design degree at Jesus College in middle of nowhere, Ohio, was that I had to have an internship for a grade. I did not live in middle of nowhere, Ohio, so while I was home for the holidays, I looked up every graphic design shop within the vicinity of Slim Pickings, California. There were not many of them, but I found, miraculously, the perfect design shop. Not only did they design things that look pretty sweet, and not only were they within my hometown, like maybe a 15-20 minute drive from my house, but there was an actual Japanese person from Japan on staff, and I was in my pre-denial that I was ever a weeaboo stage.
Oh no.
Still a weeaboo, and I was like, OMG, we could talk about Japan and how I went there this year and do Japan-inspired design things. Ah! But, of course, they didn't have any listings for open internships or anything. Still, I resolved to send them an inquiry letter resume thing. This was before I had taken my portfolio class, or most of my graphic design classes, actually, so I didn't have a website to show them, or a PDF of projects to send, or even a well-designed and carefully crafted resume. I had something I had made a year or two before for a business communication class at the local community college, and I had Adobe Illustrator. My tablet was still in Ohio. So I made this piece of artwork, which let me just copy and paste.
I'll put that on stream. Give me one moment. Hello!
So I decided to essentially create a custom targeted inquiry resume cover letter thing, but bird themed. I do not remember why I thought this was a good idea. So I drew this really fat Illustrator bird, and I put it on a background of mountains and clouds, and an inexplicable telephone wire. And beneath the incredibly fat bird, there was a sentence. A sentence I will regret for years to come. A little bird told me you might have use for a graphic design intern this summer.
Oh no.
So, a little bird did not tell me this. The bird I drew was very fat. Very fat. And also, there was nothing on their website about such an opportunity, or else I would have sent them an email like a reasonable person instead of saying, like, saying, like, I see you need interns, instead of, like, making this ridiculous bird poster out of the blue for an unsuspecting design firm who happened to employ someone from Japan. I followed this regret sentence with about 400 words of including such atrocities as not to crow about my accomplishments, and I'm migrating back to Ohio soon, and soon I'll be free as a bird.
Oh my god.
But, at least I had some good sense. I have an older brother, like, he's 7 years older than I am, and at the time, he had successfully held a job for several years and was in charge of some number of underlings himself, so I sent him a copy of this letter for him to critique. In my defense, usually he's good at critiquing things. He's generally brutally honest and also has lots of good life experience and can understand the root of many concepts. That does not excuse me from listening to the following advice he gave.
Oh no.
Actual dialogue taken directly from chat records. My bro. Hey, not bad. The bird theme in the dialogue I feel like is maybe a bit too subtle. I feel like it should either be really exaggerated or not at all. Me.
Oh no.
Is that sarcasm? I seriously tried to throw in as many bird puns as I could. No, I put in more bird puns! And then I decided, yes, this is good. I'm going to show this to someone I want to give me money to make things. And I printed it out at home on some textured paper from my mom's ancient, endless supply of paper products. I got all dressed up like as though I was actually going to an arranged interview or something. And since my car was also in Ohio, along with my tablet and apparently my common sense, my dad drove me to their office. I fidgeted on the sidewalk in my interview clothes, clutching the sheet of paper, and then took a deep breath, let it out, and walked through their door. Excuse me, I said, in my best terrified and trying really hard not to be terrified voice. Is the director in? No, said the receptionist, confused. Oh, I said, completely thrown off my non-existent game. Can you give this to her when she comes back? I said, and handed the receptionist the bird bomb. Sure, said the receptionist, even more confused. Okay, thanks, I said, and fled. I did not get an internship there. Somehow, magically, I did end up getting a kick-ass internship out in Ohio near Jesus College. It was a good summer. I like to call it the summer I was mom, but that is a story for another day. Eventually, I graduated, and I moved back to Slim Pickings, California. I looked again at the local design agencies. I sent half-hearted attempts at hire me emails to all of them, except for the bird one. Occasionally, I'd think, wow, haha, remember the time I burned all my bridges in my hometown forever by giving design agencies terrible bird pun posters? Man, I hope they threw that away, haha. I hope they threw that away. Guess what I got today?
Oh no.
Today, friends, I received an email from the bird company. It said, hi, some time ago you reached out to us about an internship. We didn't have any, but now I'm reaching out to you about a position we have open.
Oh my god.
This means that 1, they did not throw it away. 2, they kept it. 3, they read it. 4, they reread it. 5, they looked at it and said, yes, this one. We will send an email to this one. And then because that was 3 years ago and I changed phone numbers and emails since then, they Googled me. Tumblr.
Oh my god.
Do you know what my logo is for professional work?
Oh my god. shit.
They're going to remember me as the crazy bird lady forever. I will never live with that. Anyway, so the story actually does not end there. I have a little bit more. That was all I wrote down, but some more cool stuff happened after that. So I replied to them because I was not feeling super awesome about the job that I was in at the time. I was like, whatever, maybe they'll be able to help me pivot out of this thing and into something better. So I went to the interview.
Chat applauds you, by the way.
What?
Chat applauds you, by the way.
Thank you. So I went to this interview, and I showed them my portfolio that, you know, it had the little hummingbird logo on the front of it. I've got this box that I store all of my graphic design stuff in, and I showed them my bee book, which is just full of bees. And they actually really liked all the things that I made and were willing to, like, offer me a job.
Nice.
But they did not pay as well as working in tech. So I turned them down because it was like, you can pay me less to do things I'm less good at. I think I'm going to keep on with the thing I'm as good at. But okay, some things I have to mention. In that interview, I sat down at this table all by myself, right? And then I saw on the other side of the table, before any humans were in the room, the bird letter. It was still there. They still had it. Like, 3 years later, they had brought it out. They had written on the back of it. They had notes about me.
Oh my god.
So, I have this draft from, like, the day I had the interview. It's like, actual things actually said in today's interview. Haha! I guess birds are just kind of a theme!
Oh my god.
More birds! I'm surprised you still have that. Oh god.
Steve says always try to stand out in a job application. I'm pretty sure that's serious advice, but it's just really funny here, I think.
And in a cruel twist of irony, the job you did get after that shitty job was also at a bird-themed company.
Yes. And part of the way I clinched my application and got hired was I drew them a bird. My housemate just came in and closed my door because I was too loud.
Aww.
You were very passionate about your story. It was very good.
I also drew a bird for my interview at this company.
What is with y'all and birds?
I'm sorry.
The company mascot is a bird.
Oh, okay.
That's the only reason I got in on the bird game. So clearly, Jupe and I work at Disney. It's like Disney, but Mickey Mouse is a bird.
So, Donald Duck.
This is the bird that I drew for a thank you for interviewing me at the company that I work for now.
Give me 1 second. I'll put both of these on stream.
Maybe not the last one.
Not the last one?
It's probably fine.
Okay.
Not the second one, then? Which one?
It's probably fine. You can put them all on. It's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
There's this bird. And then there is these burps. Sorry for the quality. I'm zoomed in at 200% and they are tiny on my canvas.
Yeah, if you click through to this Tumblr post, the hummingbird actually is animated.
Oh, cute. Do you want me to link that in chat?
If you want.
Okie doke. Borbs.
Warbs.
Whoops. Wrong layer.
Oh, you missed an entire bird story.
Yeah, Jeloni, the link is from a story that was just told a moment ago.
Oh, how does your bar at the bottom left get updated, by the way? Because you're at 86 subscribers now.
It's only when I'm live, I think. So it's not the most accurate, but I've been too lazy to, like, keep going back and resetting it and re-updating it, like, every single time.
That's fair.
Especially because sometimes, like, subscribers will drop.
Hmm.
Which is fine, I guess.
You're so close.
So close. Don't forget to subscribe so I can have a URL that isn't gibberish. Tell your friends. Also,
Business
welcome
will
back.
Yeah. I don't know who that is, but yes. Who are they? Who's that? Oh. Yes. I saw that. Yeah, I saw that movie. The main character? Yeah. Oh.
Oh yeah, they came out today. Or he came out
Good for
today.
him.
Yeah.
Is Fred committing crimes?
Cat crimes.
My cat is not criming, she is purring.
Aw. What a good baby.
I'm giving her big pets. Yeah, apparently one of my housemates was having a meeting during my very high-pitched
Oh
story.
no!
Listen, that's not the worst thing that can happen during a meeting.
I mean, we know very. But that's a story for another day.
We gotta get Nigel on before we can do that
Yes.
one.
Yeah,
Please make sure you invite me for that one. I would love to hear it again.
absolutely will, especially because he tells it the best. I think you only heard it through text from me, and
Yes.
it's absolutely
Sorry,
not
Steve.
the same.
If for everyone who is not you, it is hilarious.
Yeah. It's good content. Yeah. Steve says, "Oh, it was hilarious for me too. Just, after the facts." Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you got out of that house.
Yeah. So are we.
I wrote down a bunch of stories back
Yeah.
in whatever year that was. They weren't, not all of them were good, but I wrote a lot of them down.
There's so much weird shit that happens to me that I just kind of forget about.
Yeah.
Anytime some of it occasionally comes up, people are like, wait, what? I'm like, oh yeah. Tuesday." Like that
A lot
time
of these. Sorry, you first.
like that time I almost accidentally became a visa wife for someone because my mom gave someone in Germany my phone number.
Oh,
Right, I
what?
remember that.
Oh no!
Yeah.
He like wouldn't stop talking to you, right?
Yeah, it was this. Okay, story time. It's a
Oh,
very
no.
short story. So, my mom has we have relatives in Germany, and mom has some friends in Germany, and like she was talking to them, and they were like, "Oh, our friend has a son who's a very nice boy. He's just having trouble meeting women." And mom's like, "Sure, here's my daughter's phone number
Oh no.
for this man who lives in Germany who is having trouble meeting women, but he's a really a nice young man." So, out of the fucking blue, I get a call from Germany. Like, that's what my phone says, incoming call from Germany. I'm like, hello?
And she didn't
uh,
tell you?
And this guy's like, oh, hello, blah, blah, blah. My mom gave me your phone number. I'm like, this says you're in Germany. He's like, yes. I'm like, what? And he goes into this, like, whole spiel about how he's a very wise and smart inventor, and he's, like, the next Steve Jobs or whatever. He has all these great ideas, and he'd really like to get in touch with Google, but for that he needs to come to America.
Oh
And
no.
I'm like, okay, I'm not interested. And he's like, well, maybe we just like, talk, get to know each other. I'm like, you're in Germany, and he's like, yes. I'm like, so you just want to like come to America and get like an American visa? And he's like, yes. I'm like, no. And so the call ends there, but like he keeps calling me back, like
Oh no.
pretty much every day. And every day I tell him, no, I'm not interested. And after day one, of course, I told mom, hey, WTF, don't ever do that to me ever again. What was that about? And she's like, but you need to meet a nice young man. I'm like, not like this. Not like this, mother. And at some point, like a couple of weeks into it, I'm like, Mom, what do I do? He will not take no for an answer. And she's like, well, yeah, that's because you keep answering. And I'm like, what? So apparently, how nice young Russian men, like he's Russian, just living in Germany, how they're raised is if a woman answers, even if she tells you no, that means she's still interested.
Oh.
So what I had to do was just stop answering the damn phone,
Yep.
and that worked.
Yikes.
That sure was a time.
Yikes.
I remember that time. Like, we would be, on the way out the door going somewhere, and you just get a call from Germany, and we'd be like, oh, god damn it, not this again.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Deloni says, "Why am I scared?" Yeah, welcome to being a woman, I guess.
Yeah. No,
That
that's
sounded
just-
like a horror movie plot. Yes, welcome to being a woman.
Yep. Yikes.
Ew.
Yikes?
Yikes.
What's yikes?
In the chat,
Oh, sorry, I'm not looking at it.
BK says, my dad gave up my cell phone number, I was 13 at the time or younger, to his relatives, and they would call me to talk to him. My dad's girlfriend got on the phone and was pissed at him for doing that.
Ah. I mean, people would call me or my mom to try to get in contact with my dad, but that's because he just never answered his phone, ever.
Yeah.
He would always have it off to conserve battery, so we could never actually contact him, because his phone would always be off.
That's my mom. But that's what the landline was for. Now that everybody has their own cell phone numbers.
A lot of these stories I wrote down are just, in retrospect, I am gay and ace.
That's a mood.
I googled no, stop. Hey Google, stop. Anyway, I just looked up on the internet which streaming service has Shrek, and it responded to me, Shrek the Musical is available on Netflix.
Excuse me, what?
Yeah, that's a thing. An old roommate made me watch it with them. It was a trip. Not sure I would watch again.
Okay, so it's on Hulu. That was one of our potential plans for it to watch tonight if I can't convince them to do Neo Yokio.
Mm.
I'm not gonna read this whole story, but like the intro is pretty good, and then it fizzles and dies halfway through. But just the open's pretty good. When I went to Jesus College, there was a campus-wide phenomenon known as the pick-a-date. A pick-a-date was a fundamentally terrible idea that worked like this: 1. A hall, read the RA, decides they're going to do a pick-a-date. The hall defined as like a group of people in a dorm. 2. Every girl in the hall goes through their list of male friends/acquaintances/people they accidentally bumped into in the salad bar line once and says, I ship this one with my roommate. And then the dude and the roommate go on a group blind date with the entire hall, who also all have blind dates. Step 5. Everyone regrets it immediately.
Yeah, I can't see that being a good idea.
No, it was bad. My first one was really bad, which is why I really don't understand why I went on 2 of them.
Oh, is it an optional thing?
Yeah.
Jason from chat says that sounds excruciating.
It was bad. Do you want to hear the rest of the story? It's not great, but it's still like, oh my god, like an insight into a foreign world.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Tell us about the Jesus College.
Here's what I wrote. My first year at Jesus College, I roomed with an adorable girl who was one of those perfect poster girl homeschooled Christians who is loving and warm and bakes brownies for the hall and offers to talk through everybody's problems and gets up early to hit the gym and somehow finds time to volunteer with like 3 different missions groups, work on campus, and major in nursing. She had no idea what kind of person to pick for me, since we might as well have been different species. So my RA got to choose instead. She did the smart thing and asked one of my friends, and they suggested a dude that I thought I was crushing on, but actually I was crushing on his girlfriend. Whatever. I'm
This is a
revising this as I read. Anyway, he had recently started dating this girl that I actually had a crush on. So I'll just pick someone, said my RA. The day of the pick-a-date arrives. I finally meet the mystery man. He plays video games. Good, they got one thing right. What kind of games do you play? I ask. World of Warcraft, he says. Oh, I say, that's cool. We arrive at the ice skating rink where the pick-a-date is being held. I love ice skating, I say. I can't skate, he says. Oh, I say. I'm just gonna do a couple laps and then I'll come talk a bit. And that is how the night went. We decided to end the excursion with ice cream, but it was late, so everything that wasn't incredibly sketch was closed for miles. But we finally found a lone steak and shake, which I had never been to before, open until forever o'clock. There are so many milkshakes on the menu. I see a banana and chocolate one and go, OMG, I wonder if it's like the Jamba Juice chocolate mood. It is not like the Jamba Juice chocolate mood. It is like soupy banana candy flavor with sad chocolate milk. It tasted like regret and resolve not to repeat the experience, which is why I really cannot explain why I did it again. The second time, my roommate and I had actually chosen each other instead of being randomly assigned. We made a silly Tumblr about our roommateship to document all the ridiculous things we did. We jived. I was fairly confident she could pick someone I'd get along with. However, as we can tell from several weeks of stories about me ruining everything, I'm especially bad at boys. So here's a short summary of the night. I was sick. It was freezing cold out. My date thought it would be in good taste to put on a terrible hat and his mom's sunglasses, roll down the window, crank up the stereo, and sing along badly to I'm Sexy and I Know It.
Oh no!
He was driving the car. So this was his prerogative. The group activity was a photo scavenger hunt, so way to infantilize all of us. I was grumpy from cold and period cramps and ruined everyone's fun. And then on the way back, the car broke down, and I had to call my dad and get long-distance car advice from a man who was incapable of summarizing anything succinctly and also was 3 time zones out of date with me. Anyway, I had an opportunity to go on another pick-a-date from my last year of college, and I declined. I'm finally getting some common sense, like 8 years late.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Sounds like it's time for either Shrek or Neo Yokio, so...
Right now?
Yeah, it's 6 o'clock.
Oh, okay. Oh shit, I was gonna dream stuff for Lee. But Lee never messaged me, so whatever.
Well. Alright, good night, guys.
Good night.
Bye!
Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah.
Amazing. Incredible story.
I made some poor life choices as a child.
It's okay. Haven't we all?
Yeah.
I too thought I was straight for the longest time, so...
Right? Okay, one more, and then I'm gonna stop reading this tab. But this one is titled Jupe is Bad at Boys Part 2 Valentine.
Oh boy. This
God,
can
I'm
only
just
go
going
well.
to apologize ahead of time to my main man and victim because I can't believe I did this, and he had to live with the consequences for years.
Oh no.
From the beginning. When I was a wee bitty and Pokemon Red and Blue were new, I was the nerdiest Pokemon nerd that ever did nerd. There was even a girl at my church who dismissively referred to me as the Pokemon girl once, and I only saw her for like half an hour every week, so you know I had it bad. My dad decided that for my own benefit that I should completely stop it with the Pokemon thing, so I had to get rid of all of my cards and my copy of Red and my copy of Pokemon Snap and stop pretending to be Pokemon with my friends. Did not take it especially well, which is why in my rebellious teen phase I created a Pokemon trainer, OC, who debuted on the Dragonair's Den RP boards. There was a chat room on the site for those who were waiting for mods to reply or had other content to share or whatever, and I made some good friends there. You know who you are. Most importantly, I met my victim. Fast forward a couple of years, I have just moved across the country to Jesus College. I don't remember how I found out that this guy was working pretty close to Jesus College, but I did, and I was like, OMG, I should make you cookies for your birthday, and I should deliver them in person so we can hang. And he was like, and I was like, when are you free? And he was like, and the cookies slowly staled in my freezer while we dithered. Eventually, months after his birthday had come and gone, I said, hey, are you free Tuesday? Because I have some free time on Tuesday. And he was like, yes. And I was like, okay, I'm going to bring you these cookies, and we are going to meet, and then you can show me your workplace. And I guess my inner bitch was scary enough that he just kind of crumpled and acquiesced. I had conveniently forgotten that Tuesday was Valentine's Day.
Oh no!
Until Valentine's Day came, because then I was like, I'm gonna dress up so cute today. I had just, like, within the past month received my first order from Fan Plus Friend, which is a, like,
Yeah. I almost ordered from them once. I kind of regret not doing it because the outfit was very cute. But anyway, continue.
Right? So yeah, I just got my first order from them, which contained an honest-to-God fluffy petticoat and a custom Lolita fitted wool coat with ribbons and fur and stuff. I decided to wear these items, along with a polka dot red and white adorable dress I pilfered from my roommate, for Valentine's Day. The part where I went to classes in the cafeteria wasn't too bad, except for the awkward dude who tried to hit on me outside the caf, but this was Jesus College, and nobody knows how to flirt in Jesus College. Mostly I just embarrassed myself. What I will never forgive myself for is not changing before I went to bring this poor man these cookies at his workplace in the frilliest, poofiest, valentiniest outfit imaginable. I walked in the door and up to the receptionist and politely inquired if he was in. She took a good long look at me, smirked a little, and said, uh-huh. It was at this point that I realized my actions could potentially maybe be misconstrued as date-like instead of completely and utterly socially inept-like. Also, the cookies were really stale.
Oh,
anyway.
no.
He told me years later that his coworkers still give him grief over the girl who obviously liked him who brought him cookies on Valentine's Day. I am so sorry I did that to you. But it's also one of my favorite stories to tell because I cannot believe I thought this was okay.
Amazing.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. He asked me at some point, years later, like, did you ever like me? And I'm like, no! I'm sorry, dude! It's all good now. He's married.
At some point when I'm a little more awake, I need to tell the bookstore lesbian story.
Yes, I want to hear this story.
I absolutely fucked that up.
I put the drawing of my outfit into the chat.
I will post it.
God, such a disaster lesbian.
It's a cute outfit though.
It was really cute. Just 100% inappropriate for taking cookies to visit a friend platonically at their workplace.
Yeah. Chat says it's pretty.
Aw, thanks, chat. Abby, I'm going to send you one more for you to read later at your own pace whenever.
Okay.
Because this one is just fucking incredible.
Is it not one that we can say on stream, or?
No, it is. It's just that there's like lots of little drawings, so I'd have to copy and paste all of them.
Ah, gotcha.
If you want, I could do that.
Sure.
Okay.
If you want, you can link it in the chat. I think I'd have to give you mod status first before you can link stuff, but you could link that in the chat so that people can follow with the images.
No, it's okay. I'll just send the images to you as I get to those spots, and then we can do a little shimmy.
Yeah.
That way they don't accidentally read ahead or whatever.
Yeah. I'll open up a new canvas to paste them to, just for easiness.
Thanks. So this was the first story that I wrote down about how I'm a disaster lesbian, when I did not realize that this was because I was a disaster ace lesbian. So anyway, it's called Jupe is Bad at Boys Part 1, Jamba Card. This one's from a few years ago, which is a lot of years ago by now. So this was, oh god, when was this? Probably 2009 or so, maybe 2008? A long time ago. Probably early 2009, yeah. This one's from 2009 then. Last time I mentioned Jesus College is middle of nowhere, Ohio. Jesus College was very expensive, so to reduce the price of my degree, I took classes at the local community college for 2 years, working nights and weekends at Baskin Robbins while living at home. One of the classes I took at the community college was a tutor training course, because I had done a little bit of tutoring in high school and wanted to be able to do it better for extra money sometimes for anime conventions. It was one of the only classes I took there that didn't transfer to Jesus College, the other classes being guitar, which was a terrible idea, and voice, which is a less terrible idea. Voice was held at butts o'clock in the morning, and this must have been spring semester because it was cold outside every morning, and we couldn't get into the rooms yet because it was the first class of the day, and the doors were locked until a teacher came in. I'm a Californian, born and raised, so I define cold as like anything under 70, and then I dress accordingly, meaning I wear like 5 layers of sweaters and 3 scarves. I'm not even exaggerating a little. And here's the first little doodle.
Shoot, let me zoom in. There we go.
So one morning before voice class, we're all shivering out on the concrete, and I see one of my voice friends talking with someone who's not in our class. Spoilers, this voice friend, who is a girl, is super cute, and I have a huge friend crush. No, just cross out the word friend. I'm a lesbian. I know this now. I had a huge crush on her, so I want to know what she's talking about. Duh. She is talking with some dude I don't know about how much trouble he is having in his music class, as he mostly just learned to sing by ear and can't read music and stuff. But he's a music major, and everybody else in the class knows what a treble staff is and a quarter note are, but he feels terrible stopping the teacher every 5 minutes to answer basic questions, so he's falling behind, and it's really sad. Enter me. At this time, I've had about 10 years of piano lessons, which all came with lots of music theory training for a thing called Certificate of Merit, which I think is only in California, so I don't know if any of you music peeps know about it, but it's got a test, and the test is hard, and I aced it every year, so you know I know my stuff, right? So I butt into the conversation like, me, let me help you do tutoring. I have certificate in everything. Clearly I'm trying to impress this girl, which I can see in retrospect what I was doing, but whatever. I'm such a disaster gay. Anyway, here's a little drawing to go with that. Dude I don't know is very gracious about the whole thing and all like, yeah, that would be a big help. So we agree to meet back up in the voice room some afternoon when I'm free and there's no classes happening. The teacher arrives, I go to voice class, dude I have pressured into letting me tutor him goes to his music theory class. We don't see each other again until the tutoring session. I think it goes pretty well, but I have other jobs and classes, etc. to get to, so we have to wrap it up eventually. We have not clarified exactly what sort of rate I am charging, if I am charging a rate, because I was more stoked about helping a person than actually getting those monies. So afterward he says, wow, that was so helpful. Can I repay you by buying you dinner?
Oh no.
Just gonna let that one sink in for a moment because someone should appreciate the smoothness of that pickup line because I sure didn't. Oh man, I say, I'm usually really busy in the evenings with work and stuff, but if you want to get me something food related, I can always use a Jamba card. Here's a little drawing.
Oops. Copy image. Okay.
Pajama card, he says, a dazed smile on his face. Yeah, I say, hefting my guitar back over my shoulder. See you next week! So, next week happens. He's a little late getting to tutoring, and I'm getting a little bit annoyed. But before I get too worried, my phone rings. Hey, what pizza toppings do you like? Says the voice on the phone. Pepperoni and mushrooms? I reply, bewildered. Okay, cool. I'll be there in 15 minutes. What? He shows up to tutoring, here's a little drawing, by the way, with a pepperoni and mushroom pizza in one hand, fruit drinks, and brownies in the other. What? Since you said you were too busy for dinner, I thought we could eat during the tutoring session. What? Do you want the strawberry kiwi or the very berry? The very berry? Great. I hope you like brownies. Brownies are good. So, we just, have a dinner date right there with pizza and brownies and fruit drinks. The brand name on these drinks is Naked, and it makes me highly uncomfortable. Don't drink any of it. The whole scenario makes me highly uncomfortable, and my brain spins furiously on, when can we get back to the quarter notes and key signatures? This is too weird, until it shorts out altogether when he says, so I know I'm not so great at all this theory stuff, but I just wanted to reassure you that I'm not completely in the wrong major, so I brought the sheet music for an aria. And then here's a drawing I pasted into the chat. And then
yeah, I was waiting for you to get to that part before I put it on screen.
He just sings an aria for me in some foreign romance language. I tell my mom this later, and at that time I actually vaguely remembered the name of the aria, and she's like, that is the tenor aria. For the curious, it may have probably been Nessun Dorma, because she's an opera buff and knows things like this, whereas I'm just like, oh, look, there is definitely a language happening there in pretty ways. I make appreciative noises like, wow, yes, you definitely just sang an aria. Good voice, good job. Now, let's get back to key signatures. So we get back to key signatures. Eventually, I have pressing obligations, as always, and flee. I take the unopened Naked juice home, where I put it in my fridge and leave it there for about 3 months before someone finally throws it away. We continue to meet up for more tutoring things. He brings in a quiz. He has not done especially well on the quiz. Oh no, I'm a terrible tutor, I think. Which was probably true, because I had been taking music lessons since I was like 5, and it's hard to teach something that you know as instinctively as breathing. He is all bummed out because of the low grades, and I am bummed out because I thought I was helping, but I guess I wasn't helping enough. I think we decide that we're not going to try the tutoring thing anymore, because he has things he needs to do and other classes he needs to focus on, and the tutoring doesn't seem to be working out. But as I'm headed to my car, he pulls out payment for the last lesson. Hey, I have these 2 tickets to a piano concert tonight at the local fine arts center, but I can't make it. Take them. So I take the tickets. I go home. I stare at the tickets. I stare at my pile of homework. I do not go to the piano concert. I have often wondered what would have happened if I had gone. Was he actually busy? Or was he going to sit in the seats next to the ones he gave me tickets for? Was he hoping that I would say, oh, I don't have anyone to go with. Are you sure you're busy? We could go together. Did he honestly just have these tickets and just wanted to give me something I would enjoy? The answer is a mystery. But the story is not over.
Oh no.
Several years later, while I am home on break, I go to the mall with some friends. That's Avery and Alex, if you know them.
Yeah.
Alex has a paranoia of escalators after getting a flip-flop stuck in one once.
Oh no.
They take the elevator down. And Avery is a kinder person than I am, so they accompany them, while I'm like, you losers, I will beat you to the bottom and take the escalator. So, remember kids, be kind to your friends, or else when you abandon them like a jerk, the guy who sang you an aria
Oh no.
and brought you pizza and brownies might be a security guard and recognize you and remember your name, even though you can't remember his.
Oh no.
And you might be stuck making polite and incredibly awkward conversation with him until the slowest elevator known to man finally decides to discourage your friends so you can make an easy mistake.
Oh no. F.
So,
Amazing.
actually, there's one more amendment. Apparently,
no.
Alex said, I would like to point out that Jupe's aversion to the cold is probably more of a Jupe thing than a California thing. Evidence, I have seen Jupe wear a coat, not a jacket, a coat in 90-degree weather. Normal humans do not do this. Also, very important clarification, Alex did not get a flip-flop caught in an escalator. It's more embarrassing than that. They stumbled and then caught themselves like maybe a couple of times, and then their dad showed them an article about people getting flip-flops caught in escalators. And then cue undue paranoia that lasted a few years before abruptly going away. So Alex didn't even get a flip-flop caught in an escalator, they just were afraid it was going to happen.
Amazing.
Anyway, that sure is a thing that I did. I'm just gay. I'm just gay and ace. I didn't understand any of the things that happened.
That's just how it be, being a disaster lesbian.
Yeah.
I feel like this is too good of a tangent to not tell the bookstore lesbian story, so you know what, fuck it.
I would love to hear the bookstore lesbian story.
Yes, I'm just gonna put my drawing down for a second so I don't get too distracted. Okay, so let me just set the stage. So Steve had come to visit me when I was in college. Like, I had a apartment with one of my roommates. We had stayed roommates because we still had, like, I think a couple of terms to do. So he came to visit, and I was like, I'm gonna take you to Portland. So we go to Portland. We meet up with our friend PK, not to be confused with BK in the chat. And we decide we're gonna go to Powell's because that's the best bookstore ever. It's this bookstore in Portland that takes up an entire block and is just full of new and used books. It's
a very cool bookstore.
Yeah, it's my favorite. So we of course beeline, because they're stuck with me, to the first of like 3 manga sections in that store.
There's 3?
Yeah, because there's one that's like in the kids area because it's more like kids based manga, like Naruto. And then there's like the one, and this one, I need to note, has the yaoi and yuri section. This is important.
Oh no.
This is very important. And of course, I'm poking around at the yuri manga in addition to like the other titles I had already grabbed, to try and pick out something new. Because I am a wee gay and I want to read about other cute gays.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I'm poking around, and I end up chatting with this other girl also perusing the yuri section. And I kind of ask, like, oh, do you have any recommendations? And we're chatting for a bit. And I guess she's, like, kind of hitting on me, and I am just absolutely, it's just flying over my head left and right. And eventually, at one point, I said, I need my cute lesbians! And she goes, I'm right here!
Oh!
And I just fucking laughed it off and, like, and was like, oh, what, have you tried this title?
Oh, man!
And meanwhile, Steve and PK are fucking trying not to die in front of this poor, exasperated bookstore lesbian. Is trying very hard to get my attention. And at one point, we're just like, okay, see you around. And we start to go to the other manga section, and Steve just goes, you should go ask her number. And I was like, what? Why?
Oh my god. Abby.
So that's how I accidentally, horrifically shot down a poor bookstore lesbian. If she's out there, I feel so bad.
Abby.
Yes.
I'm so sorry. But this is exactly the kind of thing that I have done.
Yeah.
So,
like, that sort of shit just flies over my head normally, but it was especially bad because, in my defense, I was, at the time, currently grappling with, I don't understand how I like Steve when I am a lesbian feelings, and was very much in emotional turmoil over that. So the last thing I was really thinking about was being receptive to to new romantic opportunities, shall we say. And it's probably a good thing, because literally the next day we ended up going out. But I still feel bad for that one bookstore lesbian. I hope she knows I was not trying to shoot her down. I'm just fucking stupid.
I hope she found another cute lesbian.
I hope she did too. She was very cute. I'm just a stupid idiot. I'm just a disaster gay.
Just goes right over our heads.
Yeah.
When people, I'm trying to decide if it's just because disaster gay or like if it's something about being ace.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you consider yourself ace at all?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, I definitely describe myself as ace because inhaled too much air at once, all of a sudden, and almost died.
Ooh.
Anyway, like, I just have no sexual drive whatsoever.
Yeah.
I just, like, I want to have my partner and hug them a lot and just be happy with them. Like, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if it's just like the ace part of us is like completely mystified by the entire concept of someone trying to pick up a stranger.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
It's
Possibly.
like conversation with this random person must be about a friend thing. It
Yeah.
cannot possibly be about a romance thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, how could you be thinking of romance 5 minutes after meeting me?
Yeah.
But that's just how it works sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta...
You just want to,
I don't know.
you just kind of click and you know, want to get to know them better. But I
Yeah.
guess for us, it's kind of harder to do that, so.
Yeah.
Or at least harder to recognize that, because we're just like, cool, let's hang out. And
Yeah.
not thinking in that, you know, sort of scenario.
Yeah. Like, every interaction is platonic and, like, assumed platonic unless otherwise directly
Yeah.
contradicted by someone verbally,
Yeah.
like, explicitly, no, I am trying to ask you on a date. I'm
Yeah.
Like, oh, are you? Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that puts things into a different context.
Yeah. This, like, also reminds me very much of, like, this is really funny because Steve was also trying to, like, to get us together and, like, play Cupid because he knew we both liked each other. But we were both too awkward and gay to really fucking do anything.
Oh, man.
And, like, I think we were kind of flirting, but mostly it was like, it would go over each other's heads. It was just an absolute disaster constantly. And at one point, like, after we had gotten together, or Steve and I had gotten together, they came and congratulated us, and I was just like, yeah, it's really funny because Steve was totally trying to hook us up. and they just go, what? He was? I was like, oh my god, it was the most painfully obvious thing that he was. And they just go, you ever get a new piece of information that just suddenly makes a lot of things make sense?
Yes. What a world we live in.
Yep.
What a gay disaster of a world.
Jason in the chat says, what a twist! Yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny. Like, when I go back and look at my life, in terms of, like, people that I got weirdly jealous about for having, like, friends who weren't me, it's like, oh, I was crushing on that person.
Yep.
Oh, that was not friendship. It's like, oh, just gotta recontextualize my whole life, huh? Cool. I was hurt when this person invited me, or rather didn't invite me to their wedding because I wanted to date them. Cool. Speaking of like queer relationships and things like that, a queer and non-binary friend of mine sometime last year recommended to me an app called Lex, which is a lo-fi like queer dating sort of app, sort of like it's personals. So you just type text and there's no pictures whatsoever. So it's not like you judge people based on what they look like or whatever. It's just all text. So like you post some sort of personal ad saying like, here's what I want or what I'm looking for, or does anybody have advice or whatever, like, and then people can respond to it. So they can send you messages, or they can like the post, or they can star it to respond to later. And so I've made like 2 posts on this app, and my most recent one was like asking if there's any other ace people out there who can talk with me, because I don't have very many ace friends, and it is sometimes difficult like to talk with people who are not ace.
Yeah.
Like there's certain things like about the ace experience that are just like they don't translate to an allo perspective at all, and vice versa. So I met a cool person from the app who's also ace. And it's been really validating just to talk with somebody about ace stuff. And I don't know why I for some reason didn't categorize you as ace friend. But now
we've actually talked about ace stuff before when I was at your house for Fanime.
Right? We've definitely talked about this before. Like,
yeah.
I don't know why my brain just like switched you off of being ace. I don't know.
Sorry, I'm looking for a reference of something. Just to see if I want to try doing something. Welcome to Ace Night on Abby's stream. I mean, like, I'm definitely because it's a spectrum.
Yeah.
So it's totally possible to be ace and still have some degree of sexual attraction.
Yeah.
Like, there's me, for instance, who it's just like once in a blue moon. Maybe sometimes once in several blue moons. And then there's some people that are just like maybe only with the right person.
Yeah. I consider myself demi, so that's more of the. I don't know. I feel like I don't really experience sexual attraction. Like I don't want to get to know someone because I think that they're sexy, right?
Yeah. Right. Like.
But maybe after I get to know someone, maybe.
It's kind of like you don't really have that sort of interest unless you're with that person, and like you actually have those, like, it's more of a like just more developed feelings for them, more than just like you're cute and I want to bang.
Yeah, right. For me personally, when looking for like potential romantic partners, it's less about like, do I think you're hot, and more about like, do I think our life paths are the same? Like, are we going the same place at the same rate? Do we have like the same goals? Do I feel like I'm comfortable sitting in silence with you? Do I want to hang out with you
Right.
for almost every day of the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Am
Like, trust
I
is a
going to get-
huge deal.
Yeah. So it's a lot different.
Mhm. No, I don't want the... I was thinking, do I want to put, like, her, like the game industry land in, like, towards the bottom? But nah, I think that'll just disrupt the composition too much. So she's just free-falling. She's just vibing. Yeah, BK, everything's a spectrum. It's kind of like how I am very much gay, but I just have my 1 in a million exception with Steve. Which is why I like I was that lady doing math meme for weeks because I was just like, I don't understand. Does not compute.
Right?
But that's also why we call him an honorary lesbian. Also, in drawing, like, she's just vibing in the sky. She technically can fly when she's transformed, and I believe this is Dimension Traveler Neptune. So we're just gonna say screw it. I'm gonna see if just making her a little larger helps with the composition any. Also, I realized, let me try this on a vertical or not vertical, horizontal canvas. Oops. Come on. Photoshop's not happy about now having 2 PSDs with all these layers. Come on. I'm pretty sure I saved recently. I hope so. Not sure I like that as much. Composition's hard.
Composition is very hard.
Especially when making things that you know you're going to want to print. Jupe, do you mind checking the stream and, like, helping me decide how to go about this?
Let me go find the link.
Yeah. Also, chat, what do you think? Vertical or horizontal?
Okay, I've muted the stream.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like, neither quite are there, you know?
I feel like the horizontal is, it feels better
Mm-hmm.
because of like the direction of
Yeah.
her movement
Mm-hmm.
and also the direction of her hands. It looks like she's jumping in
Yeah.
the horizontal, whereas on the vertical it looks like she's maybe floating.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it gives her a bit more action, makes it feel a bit more alive in the
Yeah.
horizontal.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Like, it gives her somewhere to go since you have more space on the left side of the canvas. It's like, she's coming from the right and she's moving toward the left.
Yeah.
Whereas in the vertical one, like if you put it back to vertical,
Yeah.
in the vertical one, I feel like you'd need to move her more to the right in order to get the same sort of feeling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then you'd start cutting off important parts of her if you had to do that.
Yeah.
I think you might be able to make her be vertical if you took one of her legs and you put it down instead of to the side, like the one that's like the further leg.
Yeah.
But then that's a different picture.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I'm leaning horizontal and then maybe trying to put some sort of, like, really rough background of, like, you know, her country or whatever in the background, just to kind of continue with that sort of fantasy vibe.
Yeah.
Like, add some depth.
I know it's fantasy vibe, but it is anime. You could just do cherry blossom petals.
This is true. I need to save this before I do anything more. And then I still have the other PSD if I need to go back to it.
God, she's so cute.
Thank you. Where'd my phone go? That's where I had my references. It's just gone, apparently. Oh, there it is. Right next to me. Of course it is.
We may not ever notice when someone is hitting on us, but by God, do we love girls.
Yeah. Girls are good. Let's see, what does Planet Neptune look like? I don't want to draw all those buildings, but it would look good. But also, that's a lot of buildings.
Can you do it like in a Sailor Moon kind of style for the buildings?
You mean just kind of silhouette them?
Yeah, with like, you know, pastel hue.
Possibly. Yeah, let me... I'm gonna at least need to put it on screen so that I can kind of, like, reference as I go. Why is it so small? No. Whatever. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Okay, yeah, this could work. Just make them really vague buildings, like she's kind of going through the clouds to her homeland. I don't know. This is why you always plan out your backgrounds before the rest of shit. I was just gonna have her floating in the sky and just call it good, but I don't know, it didn't feel finished.
Yeah.
I should bring that layer down a bit more. Whoops. Wrong layer. I want that here. Why are backgrounds so hard?
Good question.
Thank you, BK. Hopefully I'll look a little nicer, a little more professional at some point. also not very good at painting, which doesn't help me a whole lot here. Juke, we didn't have anime tonight, did we?
We do.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it Holic?
Yeah.
Okay.
In 3 minutes.
Oh shit! Better wrap up then. My goodness! Why would you have told me? Oh my god! Just suddenly. Oh, by the way.
I didn't like hurt your groove. It sounded like you were in a groove.
Yeah, fair. But I want to be there. Jason in chat says, surprise! Yeah, so I guess we'll wrap up now then.
Sorry.
It's okay. Oh, that's really funny. Okay. Putting the pen down. Yeah, okay, it's not looking too disastrously. It just needs a lot of refinement. So much for finishing it tonight, but oh well.
Go, man.
It's okay. What is time? Time is fake. When did it get to be 7?
In 2 minutes.
Well, yes, thank you. Thank you. I am very well aware now. Thank you, peeps in chat. Thank you for hanging out. Thank Jupe and also Yuli for also hanging out. Well, Yuli's not here anymore, but thank her anyway. Or I thank her anyway, at least. I don't know. I'm babbling. I got very thrown off by suddenly there being anime time in 3 minutes. Let's see. Next stream will be on Thursday with Nigel at 2:30 PST. Hopefully we'll have another story time.
Can we get the weird sex lizard story?
I will try, and I will ask him. Because it's up to him and how he feels. I'm sure he will say yes, though. But that would be the story, yes. And then also, shameless plug, I have a Black Friday sale going on in my shop at abigailstarling.com/store. You can use code HOMERA to take off 10% and also get a bunch of free shit. Maybe not a bunch of free shit, but like at least like one item that is a surprise that is free. Or you can also get a surprise package where you can pay $20 and I will send you like at least $50 worth of stuff. But I've kind of been putting in more than that, so. But yeah, those are fun. Anyway, good night, everybody. Thank y'all for coming. Hope to see you next time. Night-night.
Bye-bye.